Hi everyone. Today we are back with a very famous dish in Lebanon. It's called fatayer. Fatayer is a kind of dough that you fill it with spinach and onions. Um, it takes a little bit of time to prepare, but if you are using the right ingredients, it should be very easy. I have here spinach. I'm using it frozen. You can use it fresh, but you can use it frozen too. But first you have to wash it with the warm water to get rid of the frost on the leaves. And then you have to press it very well to get rid of the water, because we don't need so much water in our filling. The filling is like around 2 cups of spinach, 2 to 3 cups of spinach, chopped onion, big one, red one. They give a good taste with the fatayer. I have here salt and black pepper. I have some sumac. Sumac is around 4 to 5 teaspoons. It depends on your taste of sourness. We'll taste it after a while. And the juice of half a lemon. Mix it by hand. I prefer to prepare the filling first, because all the taste will be like together, and I didn't put the oil. Around half a cup of olive oil. When you've been cooking for a long time, you know by your eye how much you need oil or salt or lemon juice.
But you know the measurement of your hand.
Yeah. It's very good, but it needs a little bit of salt, more salt. Now I'll put it on the side and start with my dough. Now we'll start with preparing the dough. This dough is very simple. It doesn't need so many ingredients. 4 cups of flour, but I'll talk about the flour now. The flour is a bread flour, not all-purpose flour, because the bread flour, it has more gluten. When you work with it, it bakes very well. It holds the structure and it keeps its shape, and it's better than all-purpose flour. I used to use all-purpose flour, but it was very difficult to work with. Now with the bread flour, it's much easier. What you need is 1 tablespoon of salt for 4 cups of bread flour, or if you are in Canada, it's called at Costco, it's called strong flour. At Bulk Barn, it's called the bread flour. And you need a half cup of vegetable oil. Just massage it with the oil to get the oil through the flour. for a few minutes, not more than that. And then add 2 cups of warm water. And start kneading it. Any dough that you are going to work with, it needs to rest, even if it doesn't have yeast or anything. It needs to rest at least 2 hours. First of all, this is the first stage when you knead it. You let it rest for 1 hour, and then in a warm place in the kitchen, you cover it. You cover it with plastic wrap or a towel, kitchen towel, and then in a warm place you keep it for 1 hour. And then I'll show you how to prepare it. You make it into balls, like 2 to 3 balls, and then let it rest for another half an hour. So it needs more like around 2 hours to work with the dough. That's why I prepare the dough ahead of time. Like, I prepared my dough. I have another dough that I prepared yesterday. I'll show it to you, and you see how easy it works with you. But you have to put it in during the night. You have to put it in the fridge, and in the morning before starting to work with the dough, take it like 1 hour before starting to work with the dough, because it needs to get warm. It looks a little bit wet, but it's okay. It looks perfect now. It doesn't need any more kneading now. I put it in another bowl with a little bit of oil. I'll put a little bit more. Just a few drops of oil so that it doesn't get dry. And then with the plastic wrap and kitchen towel on top, and we'll put it in a warm place. This dough I prepared yesterday, and before going to bed I put it in the fridge, and early in the morning I took it out to get it warm so that I can work with it. This dough is so easy to work with. It doesn't need any flour on the top, on the table, like top that I'm working on. The dough of the fatayer should be thin as you can. It looks so smooth and thin here. Now I have this cutter, but I find it's a little bit small. If you have another cutter or a cup or just the lid of a jar, any jar that you have, I like this size. I know I'm not a professional cooker, but I'm a mom, and moms usually they use whatever they have at home. You like to play, yes. I prepared, that's it, no more playing, Sammy. I prepared a baking sheet with parchment paper. Usually we have to talk about the fatayers in spinach fatayer. Usually we like to wrap it triangles, so whenever you want to eat fatayer spinach, which is spinach fatayer, it should be a triangle. You close it like that. I'll show you another one. You don't need any liquid in the fatayer because it will go out through the dough and it will ruin your dough. Even if there's anything on the dough, take it away because it will burn. Look how beautiful and nice they are. All these pieces will roll them and use them another more. If you find you have a lot of dough and the filling, you can prepare them as I'm doing now. Put it on a baking sheet like that, cover it with a plastic wrap, and put it in the freezer. They freeze so well, and then whenever you need to eat them, do not thaw them. Take them at the same moment, bake them, and they will be as fresh as if you have just made them now. Can I have a Kleenex, Sammy, please? By the way, if you have leftovers of the spinach, it's the most delicious salad, spinach salad that you'll eat. So just try it as a salad.
With black olive oil. With black olive. Without with black olive, it's very good.
What black olive?
To eat the salad with black olive.
Oh, black olives, yeah. This baking sheet, it will go to the freezer. I'll cover it with plastic wrap, keep it for at least 2 to 3 hours, and then when they are like hard, I'll put them in a Ziploc in the freezer, and whenever I need to bake them, I take them out. This is the fatayer after baking around 20 to 25 minutes. It depends on your oven. It looks so delicious, and Sammy will eat one.
Good.
Okay. And صحتين.